Oh yes, the sounds of our very special in-studio guest here on the Tuesday Tunes at 2, which is back after a one-week hiatus. It is Bert Barron. Hope you're having a good Tuesday as well. Our phone number 732-545-WCTC or 1-888-545-WCTC. And welcome to a very special Tuesday Tunes at 2 here on New Jersey Today on the new talk radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. We do have our contest coming up a little bit later on this hour as well. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But let me welcome back to New Jersey Today our contributor and also sort of our producer for the Tuesday Tunes at 2. Bev, it's like your baby here, so a great job as always by you.
Thank
and
you,
welcome back. You were in Florida last week, taking care of business, as they say. So.
Yes, I was working with the Tourism Bureau and also recruiting people for Tuesday Tunes that are traveling to Jersey.
You never know who you're going to
Yeah, so I think we call that a business trip.
Right.
But specifically in Little Torch Key and Key West.
Yeah,
so
well,
great
good.
time.
Well, welcome back. Good to have
Thank
you back. And boy, a terrific edition of the Tuesday Tunes at 2. If you want to introduce our special guest who is here.
Yes, we have Matt Wade in the studio
wow.
today.
Matt Wade is here. Welcome, man. Wow.
Love his music, and welcome, Matt.
Good to see you after a couple of weeks of getting you moved around and rescheduling you.
Yeah.
But good to have you here, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
being
having
me.
Talk about that song that we heard to open up the show, man. That's a great piece of music there.
Yeah, it's the first track off of the second record, and I just kind of wanted. I spent a lot of time trying to get like a kind of a vintage. I don't want to. Well, I guess like a Billy Joel type vibe.
That's kind of what I got.
Kind of get from it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guitars and heavy drums and stuff, and I did that in my house actually.
Wow.
So it was a lot of try again for me.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just spend hours and hours just trying to get it just right? Yeah. Well, good for you, man. And even in that track at the beginning there, I'm hearing a little bit of Yes, a little bit of Genesis. Your influences go back that far, man?
My influences go back way far. I mean, like I'm a jazz guy. I like everything. My favorite music is probably Motown.
Okay. Wow.
That's probably, if I was going to pick something to listen to forever and ever, that'd be
Some
it.
grown-up taste for a young guy. So how'd you get exposed to all that stuff?
Well, neither of my parents are musicians, but they played it around the house.
Okay.
I kind of just grew up listening to, Chicago and the Doobie Brothers, and then Motown, and then some jazz and blues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just don't identify with much current music for whatever reason.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that you're listening to and a lot of the groups that you mentioned there, full sounds, cool arrangements, lots of different layers of arrangements, and that comes right through in your music, too.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And also, it's not all the time that you get a keyboard player and someone who can play at the level that you can play. And we're going to talk about some of the awards that you've won. But, I mean, a lot of guys, they just gravitate towards guitar because, hey, girls like guitars, right? But, man, you went for the keyboard. And
we get a bad rap.
You shouldn't, though.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm
you shouldn't, exactly, you too.
Yeah, Billy Joel got Christy Brinkley, even if it was just for a little while.
Yeah. As I remember, that didn't work out, though.
Yeah, I said for a little while.
And you really play it at a virtuoso level, man. Talk about how long you've been playing the keyboard.
I've played piano as my primary thing most of my life. I started when I was very young, like around 5 or 6, and took basic lessons, and then I kind of branched off and did the pop music thing. And then I was a drummer for a while.
Wow.
In a band for about 5 years, and then that kind of dispersed, and then I kind of started doing this and writing my own tunes, and I guess all the influences that I have just kind of came into one thing, and I guess it's kind of like an eclectic kind of sound, I suppose.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, all these years you were doing all these things, you're kind of like a sponge, a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and it kind of made you the musician, the artist you are now.
Yeah, I take a lot from other instruments, too. I play a little guitar, I play bass and organ, and all, so it helps to be able to know what you want here and what you want there, and be able to, tell that to everybody else, like, okay, do this, do that. And it helps to get the sound more refined and stuff like that.
People that play keyboard say it's more, they can express themselves more. It's more of a versatile instrument than a guitar or obviously a drum set. You find that to be the case with you too?
Yeah, it's I kind of get to hide behind it a little too, because I don't have to. I've tried getting up on stage and like playing guitar and singing, and it's not that I'm any worse. It's just kind of more uncomfortable.
Okay.
There's less. Maybe I'm a wuss. I don't know.
Nah,
maybe I just need to hide behind something big and sit But yeah, I think I definitely find it easier to express things and to write on piano rather than any other instrument.
Let's find out about Matt Wade, the guy. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Point Pleasant.
Nice. Awesome.
All
right.
Or what's left of it.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's all right.
Hey, Jersey in the house, man. It's all good.
And you know, I grew up in Borough. I went to Point Borough High School.
Okay.
Graduated barely. No, I graduated in 07 and went to the New School for Jazz and Contemporary Music.
Oh wow. Okay.
I went there for 2 years and then.
Did you take away a lot from that? Because sometimes people who are just naturally talented, sometimes a formal education is a little restrictive and a little. Did you find that too? It kind of reined you in a little bit.
I used to kind of say like, "Oh, I didn't learn anything," but I think without realizing it, I soaked a lot up. But not so much from the classes, just from being around other musicians all the time, and ones that were much better than me and knew how to read music better and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think I soaked up some stuff. But I definitely the over-competitive kind of academic and whole the rigorous thing. It's just
that wasn't
for me. I
too structured for you sometimes.
We've heard that over and over again.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
it was a little rough, but I've thought about going back. It's always there. I kind of figured, you know, if I leave, I can always go back.
Yeah, yeah.
So I might as well try and do as much else as I can while I can do it.
There you go. All right. Hey, 2:15 on the Tuesday Tunes at 2 here on New Jersey Today. We're joined in studio by Matt Wade, who's going to be playing some live music in just a second. But by the way, if you want to get some more info on him, check out his great website, mattwademusic.com. You'll also find him on Facebook, and you can find out a lot more information about him. And we're going to talk about some of the awards he's won, some of the projects he's working on, and some upcoming gigs as well that he's going to talk about. But you want to do a tune for us, Matt? What song are you going to do, and what's the song you've chosen?
Let's do, this is a tune off my first record. It's the last track on there.
Okay.
It's called Back on My Own.
Okay.
And we'll do that.
All right. Matt Wade on the Tuesday Tunes at 2 in New Jersey Today.
Maybe I waited too long for that mess to get sorted out. Was hoping that it wasn't the end, but now I can see that there is no doubt. I could feel me slipping away, couldn't get my feet back on the ground. I knew at the end of the day you wouldn't be there waiting around. Back on my own, no, I can't just be your friend. Back on my own, yeah, I lost you once again. Should've known I was wasting my time by trying to get you to change. Thought that I could fix all your problems, so I guess in a way I'm the one to blame. What was I gonna do? Just sit around here and cry? Think of all the things we did wrong and try to get you back into my life. Back on my own, no, I guess this is how it ends. On my own, yeah, I have to start all over again. People think I'm crazy, people think I'm lazy, all because I've been sitting around. People think think I'm stupid. People think they're Cupid, but they can't fix everything. No, I can't fix anything, and I'm back on my own. Yeah, I guess this is how it ends. Back on my own, and I have to start all over again.
All right, wow. Man, where does it come from? What a soulful piece of music, man. Where does it come from?
I have no idea.
Let it keep coming, right?
Yes.
Wow.
From within.
Good stuff, man. Matt Wade is here performing live here on the Tuesday Tunes at 2 on New Jersey Today. You want to give him a call, say hello. Maybe you're a fan of Matt's music, or maybe you've kind of seen him around the music scene here in Jersey. No. That'll never happen. I'll take all the hate mail. Don't worry about that. 732-545-WCTC or 1-888-545-WCTC. We got much more coming up on a very special Tuesday Tunes at 2 with Matt Wade, who was here live in the studio with us. We do have our contest coming up a little later on this hour. We'll play another round of One Note Name That Tune for your chance to win the Rascals tickets for the PNC Bank Arts Center on July 5th. No experts allowed to play, by the way.
So music expert,
Bert? Yeah, because I know you want to win. But,
I do.
We'll do that coming up. We'll do that coming up a little bit later on in the show today. Right now, 2:20. Lots more coming up with Matt Wade. Right now, your Central Jersey weather.